Welcome to Bills Nation Daily, your ultimate daily dose of everything Buffalo Bills. Hit that subscribe button and join the most passionate Bills fans as we break down all the latest news, highlights, and game analysis. Go Bills! The rumor mill around the Buffalo Bills has officially gone into overdrive, and it's centered on a shockwave that no fan wanted to hear, but everyone is talking about. Sources, whispers, and insiders all hint at a conflict brewing in plain sight, one that involves the heartbeat of the franchise itself, quarterback Josh Allen, and the man who's led this team to postseason glory, head coach Sean McDermott. The allegation? That McDermott allegedly said, in private, that Josh Allen won't play with me again, a statement that, if true, could completely destabilize the team's chemistry and roster strategy moving forward. Social media erupted instantly after snippets of conversations and alleged insider leaks began circulating, each retweet, post, and comment fueling the fire. Fans are dissecting every past interview, every sideline exchange, and every subtle gesture in games from last season, searching for the moment this tension supposedly escalated. Analysts, podcast hosts, and YouTube commentators are dissecting McDermott's coaching style, Allen's leadership tendencies, and the entire Bills locker room dynamic as if this one statement, whispered behind closed doors, holds the key to the future of a franchise that has flirted with Super Bowl glory but never quite broken through. The drama is real, the stakes are sky high, and the rumor refuses to fade quietly. What makes this claim even more explosive is the context in which it reportedly occurred. According to multiple unconfirmed sources, the statement allegedly wasn't made in the heat of a game or during a public press conference, but rather in the intimate confines of the team facility, where coaches and players confront the toughest discussions about performance, accountability, and leadership. Imagine, for a moment, the weight of such words. The coach essentially saying that his franchise quarterback, the player who has carried the team on his shoulders through countless high-pressure moments, is no longer someone he can rely on. The implications are monumental, shaking the foundation of a team that, in recent seasons, has thrived on cohesion, trust, and an unspoken bond between its coach and star player. Fans are now speculating endlessly about what led to such a supposed declaration. Was it a single blowout loss, a misread in a crucial game, or perhaps a simmering tension that has been building quietly for months? Every analyst has a theory. Every fan has an opinion, and every tweet adds fuel to an inferno of speculation that threatens to overshadow even the team's actual on-field performance. The suspense has turned every practice update into a potential headline, every sideline glance into a hint of discord, and every quote from either party into instant clickbait gold. Adding to the frenzy, insiders who claim knowledge of the locker room atmosphere suggest that the alleged feud might not be isolated. Reports hint at other players quietly noticing the tension, with some teammates supposedly caught in the crossfire, feeling the ripple effects of a disagreement that could redefine leadership hierarchies within the Bills locker room. The very idea that Josh Allen, whose arm strength, mobility, and leadership have made him a franchise cornerstone, could be at odds with the man who has steered this team through playoff battles and tough seasons is enough to make fans nervous. Pundits speculate endlessly, and media outlets churn out headlines faster than a no-huddle offense. Every narrative angle has been examined. Is this an issue of ego, strategy, or differing visions for the team's future? The intrigue deepens when you consider that McDermott's coaching style is famously disciplined, structured, and demanding, while Allen's approach on the field is dynamic, instinctive, and sometimes unconventional. Could these personality differences have collided in a way that makes coexistence unsustainable, even at the highest levels of professional football? The rumor, as sensational as it is, has prompted a global conversation about the fragile balance between authority and talent in the NFL, and the Buffalo Bills have suddenly become the center of storm that no one saw coming, where every play call, every interaction, and every press conference is now dissected for hidden meaning. Meanwhile, the social media reaction has been nothing short of a cultural phenomenon in itself. Fans, bloggers, and analysts alike have turned to platforms like Twitter, X, and TikTok to dissect, interpret, and sometimes exaggerate the tension between McDermott and Allen, each post adding layers to a narrative that continues to grow beyond the field. Memes have emerged, fan videos have gone viral, and hashtags are trending with lightning speed, all fueled by the possibility that the Bills' locker room could be fractured at its core. Pundits argue over whether this alleged statement was a fleeting moment of frustration or an indication of deeper irreconcilable differences, with some suggesting that if the feud is real, trades, contract renegotiations, or even coaching changes could be on the horizon. The rumor has evolved from a simple comment to a symbol of potential upheaval, raising questions not just about the immediate season, but about the long-term trajectory of the franchise. For fans, every glance between coach and quarterback during games is now interpreted as a possible signal of unresolved conflict. For analysts, the statement allegedly made by McDermott has become a case study in leadership, player management, and the precarious balance of power in professional sports. Every interview clip, every sideline gesture, every press briefing is scrutinized, dissected, and analyzed for evidence of tension, creating a feedback loop of speculation that seems to have no end, a perfect storm where rumor and reality blur in real time. Some speculate that the timing of this revelation, whether fully accurate or partially exaggerated, could have significant implications for team morale and performance. The Buffalo Bills are a franchise that has invested heavily in continuity, trusting that players and coaches work together harmoniously to chase a championship. Now, if even a fragment of this rumor holds truth, it threatens to disrupt not only game day strategy, but the entire psychological environment of the team. Players may feel pressure to pick sides. Media narratives could overshadow on-field achievements, and fans could grow divided in their loyalty and confidence. The alleged statement reportedly made by McDermott has become a pivot point around which countless theories revolve. Was it an outburst after a heated practice session? Was it a reflection of accumulated frustration over career decisions, play-calling disagreements, or perceived commitment from Allen? Every angle is considered, dissected, and reassembled in the court of public opinion. The speculation extends beyond the locker room, as commentators debate the potential for trade rumors, contract disputes, or even leadership shakeups. For the Bills, a team already under immense pressure to deliver in the playoffs, the psychological toll of such rumors cannot be underestimated, turning every sideline interaction into a moment of intense scrutiny and every team press conference into a potential headline that fuels this ongoing saga. Finally, the drama has transcended traditional media, becoming a global talking point for NFL fans and casual observers alike. The alleged tension between Sean McDermott and Josh Allen is dissected not only in sports programs, but also in podcasts, YouTube channels, and fan forums, each adding perspective, analysis, and often hyperbolic interpretation. The storyline now includes imagined scenarios of confrontation, hypothetical trade negotiations, and the possibility of a fractured team ethos, all fueled by one statement purportedly made behind closed doors. This rumor has become more than just a footnote in a season. It has evolved into a full-blown narrative that captivates fans, shapes media coverage, and influences the perception of the franchise on a national and international scale. Every moment the Bills step onto the field, every press interaction, and every sideline glance now carries the weight of speculation. Whether this conflict is real, exaggerated, or entirely misinterpreted, the narrative has gained a life of its own. Analysts, fans, and insiders continue to debate, speculate, and imagine the consequences, while the franchise itself remains under a microscope, a case study in the fragile intersection of leadership, talent, and public perception in the high-stakes world of professional football, where every rumor has the power to shift an empire. The fallout from this alleged McDermott-Allen rift has already begun shaping conversations across the league, as insiders speculate about potential ripple effects that could extend far beyond Buffalo. Trade rumors are circulating with unprecedented speed, suggesting that if tensions remain unresolved, the franchise may be forced to consider drastic moves. Imagine a scenario where Josh Allen, the the team's star quarterback and face of the franchise, is suddenly linked to multiple suitors around the NFL, each team hoping to capitalize on a potentially fractured relationship. Meanwhile, Sean McDermott's coaching reputation is suddenly under intense scrutiny, as analysts debate whether his alleged statement reflects a momentary lapse in judgment, a pattern of frustration, or a deeper, more systemic incompatibility with his star player. Fans are polarizing into factions, some siding with Allen, emphasizing his performance, leadership, and value to the franchise, while others defend McDermott, pointing to his strategic acumen, playoff success, and history of cultivating winning cultures. The drama has effectively turned the Bills into the league's center of intrigue, where every public appearance, post-practice interview, and game day decision is now read as a potential clue in a saga that has blurred the lines between speculation and reality, making it nearly impossible to separate fact from rumor. Adding another layer of intrigue, analysts are now examining the broader context of the Bills' recent season, searching for signs of discord that could lend credibility to the rumored feud. Certain games, where Allen's throws seemed out of sync with McDermott's play calling, are being replayed and scrutinized endlessly, with pundits dissecting every audible, every timeout, and every sideline gesture. Observers are suggesting that if a rift truly exists, it may have influenced the team's strategic choices in subtle ways, affecting play selection, personnel deployment, and even the morale of surrounding players. The narrative now extends into hypothetical what-ifs, imagining a season in which internal friction undermined what might have otherwise been a smoother path to the playoffs. Social media platforms have become echo chambers of theory and conjecture, where clips of Allen's post-game interviews are interpreted as signs of frustration, and McDermott's press appearances are read as defensive or evasive. Even casual fans have been drawn into the speculation, debating endlessly about whether the tension is real, exaggerated, or entirely misunderstood. The intrigue surrounding this supposed conflict has transformed every football discussion into a high-stakes guessing game, blending the drama of locker room politics with the thrill of competitive speculation. Before we dive back in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest Buffalo Bills updates straight to your screen. And hey, don't hold back. Let us know your thoughts on today's news down in the comments. The conversation around the alleged McDermott-Allen feud has also intensified discussions about leadership dynamics in professional sports. Observers are pointing out that coaching a high-profile quarterback requires a delicate balance between authority, mentorship, and collaboration, a balance that may be at the heart of this rumored discord. Analysts highlight that McDermott's structured, disciplined approach to coaching could, in theory, clash with Allen's instinctive, improvisational style, creating tension that surfaces at critical moments. Fans are speculating endlessly about whether the reported statement was a moment of frustration or a deeper indictment of the player-coach relationship, imagining heated meetings, private confrontations, and strategic disagreements behind closed doors. The rumor has ignited a broader debate about how NFL teams manage star talent, with some arguing that Allen's leadership and performance merit deference, while others contend that the head coach must maintain ultimate authority to sustain order and discipline. Every reported interaction, subtle gesture, and quoted remark now carries outsized significance, turning the Bills' locker room into a magnified symbol of leadership tension in professional sports. The rumor, true or false, has become a lens through which fans, analysts, and even casual observers evaluate the challenges of balancing star power and organizational structure in the high-pressure environment of the NFL. Meanwhile, fan reactions have grown increasingly intense, with social media platforms acting as pressure cookers for speculation, humor, and outrage. Memes portraying dramatic confrontations, imagined locker room confrontations, and hypothetical trade scenarios are shared thousands of times, turning a rumored statement into a cultural phenomenon. Fan communities are dissecting past Allen highlights, examining his interactions with teammates, and reinterpreting every sideline gesture in light of the alleged tension. Even broadcasts and highlights are being scrutinized anew, with viewers pausing clips frame by frame, analyzing body language and tone, and debating whether subtle cues support the narrative of discord. Influencers and YouTubers have capitalized on the rumor, producing content that blends analysis, speculation, and entertainment, further amplifying the story and ensuring it remains top of mind in football circles. The rumor has transcended ordinary discussion, turning every game, every press briefing, and every public interaction into material for analysis, conversation, and even entertainment, creating a feedback loop where speculation begets more speculation, and the lines between reality, rumor, and narrative blur into an ongoing saga that keeps fans hooked and analysts on high alert. Industry insiders are also weighing in, suggesting that the implications of a fractured relationship between McDermott and Allen could extend beyond one season. Speculation includes potential adjustments to coaching strategy, locker room leadership shifts, and even front office interventions if the rumor gains further credibility. Imagine a scenario in which trade talks are quietly initiated, alternative coaching approaches are considered, and the team's internal dynamics are monitored more closely than ever. Such hypotheticals are being debated not only on social media, but also in professional sports circles, where agents, executives, and commentators are considering the potential fallout of a high-profile rift within one of the league's most prominent teams. The rumor's gravity is amplified by the timing, coming during a period when expectations for playoff success are high and the margin for internal conflict is minimal. Every decision, from personnel deployment to public statements, now carries the added weight of perceived tension, turning routine interactions into potential flashpoints. The saga has effectively reframed the entire discussion around the Buffalo Bills, transforming what might have been ordinary off-season chatter into a high-stakes narrative that fans, media, and analysts will likely follow obsessively until clarity emerges. That's a wrap for now. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay on top of all things Buffalo Bills, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what you think in the comments. See you in the next update.